of the show. So the better you are, the better Larry is. Okay, now you see this gentleman? Yeah, he's giving me this sign, and it says, we're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time. All right, here we go. This is exciting, isn't it?
Again. 5, 4, 3, 2. Into the show tonight, you are already so much better than last night's audience. Came in here and
I'd like to share a little Gary with everybody. How's everybody feeling tonight? Thank you. We got a high crowd. Thank you. It's late night. KGB Open Mic presented by Easy Paradise. All right. We got poets. We got comedians. We got musicians. We got saxophonists. Yeah. We got the best of the best, ladies and gentlemen. The best of New York City, the greatest city in the world. Yeah. I think it's a known fact. Artistically, we are the capital, right? Or is it Paris? I heard Paris retook the capital status because of Emily in Paris or whatever. And that shit, but no way! Not tonight! Not tonight! The artistic capital of the universe. Let me tell you where it is. It's right here tonight. That's you! That's gonna be you! Very soon! That's gonna be you and you. Come on, baby. Yes, there we go. See? It's Trause music. Everybody here is a star. That's why we moved to New York. Judy, how are you tonight, baby?
fucking fantastic.
It's great to see you, baby. How are you?
Bien pinche rico.
All right. We're having a great time. We have a 5-minute time limit for everybody. Well, I'm the host, so I've got you trapped. So I'm going to do my 3-hour one-man show at the beginning. So. Then we'll get to you guys. No, I'm just kidding, of course. 2-drink minimum, just some ground rules. You know, if you're a songwriter, you can do like 2 short songs, 2 short, you know, not big reasons, but everybody gets 5 minutes. So let's try and keep it. The poets are so generous. I want the comedians to feel safe. People hate on comedians. These guys are out there. I mean, you can heckle, definitely. That's practice. You gotta. People have said horrific things to me on stage. People have called me every name you can think of, and it's just made me stronger.
I'm not gay.
I absorbed the power and grew stronger. But yeah, I don't know. Comedians, I love you. Thank you for coming. But I love everyone. I love John King. I love xlad. I love Highest. Everybody. People who come do weird performance art. Thank you for coming out sharing your talent in New York City. That's, you know, we're here for the Coyote Ugly moment of, you know, getting up on stage and being a star. And I'm looking for a television deal. So if anybody has any connections in high places, I'm ready to take Howie Mandel's job. I want to be a deal or no deal. This is a pilot. This is my pilot for my big package. I've got the deck. I've got my deck put together. So Netflix, Peacock, come on! You're putting such crap hop on. This, I can't believe we have such artistry. We have such talent. You're beautiful. I'm gonna read a poem to start things off. Just quickly. Oh, fuck. I made stickers. They're Polaroid stickers. Yeah. My mom got me this Polaroid printer thing. It doesn't even use ink. The ink is in the paper. Do you believe that? We're solving the fucking environmental crisis. Or maybe I'll pass them around. I'll put them right there for now. Okay. I'm just gonna shortly do this because I'm inspired. I want to share some stuff, but I might just quit halfway. All right. This is called Old Milwaukee. It's from my grandpa. He passed away last week. And he's a beautiful man. He's one of the funniest guys I ever met. Jack leg, you give him a stick. Ignatz the Mouse, seer and soothsayer, member of the committee. Can you get out? Can you get out that way? Super talls like candles. Just saw Tim Gunn at Bergdorf Goodman. So I must be in the right place. I've been seeing tons of celebrities. I saw Alec Baldwin today. Yeah. With his wife on University Place. He had big bags under his eyes. He's under a lot of stress. I'm sorry, he's under a lot of stress. Indiana wedding, St. Patrick's Cathedral. What's the Kelly Blue Book value on that? Just totally unrehearsed, everybody. Rehearsal's overrated. Alright, that's enough. I want to get some other people up here. Thank you very much. I'm not Patrick. You can follow me. Follow Easy Paradise Man on Instagram. Follow me, Comfort Our Toe. Give me a job. I need Peter Thiel. Dark money, I'm ready to take the deal. So tell him to contact me directly. But we've got some exciting music. Let's have it one more time for the artists. Let's get it going. We got our first artist going to play some beautiful music for you. Let's have a big, big, big open mic Monday. Welcome for Rena Papageorgiou.
Okay, so my name is Rena. The first song I'm gonna play is a song I wrote some months ago. It's called Unlovable. I drank my gin and tonic and I waited for your call. Well, I thought it would be different this time. And while I waited, I kept asking to myself, what is wrong? What the hell, I cannot make you be mine. 'Cause I'm unlovable, I guess. Maybe they see I'm such a mess, and I'm not good enough for anyone to love. They say it's them, it's never me. I'm such a perfect girl to be, but no one really wants to spend their life with me. Say you don't deserve me, I do not know what I deserve. You treat me well, you make me laugh, and you're kind. But I've been this road before, well I know where it ends. You will settle with the next girl you find.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm unlovable, I guess. Maybe they see I'm such a mess, and I'm not good enough for anyone to love. They say it's them, it is not me. I'm such a perfect girl to be, but no one really wants to spend their life with me. Oh, I'm unlovable, I guess. Please do not tell me I'm the best. Sometimes it feels so hard to wake up and to breathe. I'm one of these perfect little girls that no one loves and no one cares. But Lord, you know that I've got so much more to give. Oh, I'm unlovable, I guess. Maybe they see I'm such a mess, and I'm not good enough for anyone to love. They say it's them, it's never me. I'm such a perfect girl to be, but no one really wants to spend their life with me. Oh, I'm unlovable, I guess. Please do not tell me I'm the best. Sometimes it feels so hard to wake up, I can breathe. I'm one of these perfect little girls that no one loves and no one cares. But Lord, you know that I got so much more to give. Dying, and it's called Kallahan. One final beer and it sent me to hell. There's nothing better than dying this way. But I feel guilty for the man that I love, for if him I no longer could stay. I was still drunk and I was feeling low, but the mortician they led me to bed. They stitched my mouth and dried my eyes, and they cleared all the thoughts in my head. We're all just lonely people, drinking the day to survive. Laying on the grave without dirt on my mouth, I've never felt more alive. My mother was torn, my father was pale. They chose the clothes I would wear. My friends all said that I looked my best, but the God and the devil don't care. The room was full, the booze was flowing. It was the best party I've ever been. And I heard stories about my life. I was too drunk to remember anything. We're all just lonely people, drinking the day to survive. Laying on the grave without dirt on my mouth, I've never felt more alive. In the morning, the sun went up, faces turned back and cold. They knew it then that they won't see me again, and I wouldn't have the chance to grow. And if I had too much, and if I had a few, I came with nothing, and that's how I go. Now the flowers have covered my body and soul, and where I'll end up I don't know, 'cause we're all just lonely people, drinking the day to survive. Laying on the grave without dirt on my mouth, I've never felt more alive.
Renee Papageorgiou, everyone. You have social media? Can we follow you on social media?
Social media.
All right. Follow our social media.
What is it?
Smoky rosemary.
Smoky Rosemary, everybody. Get on right now. Look it up. Do it right now. I'm going to wait. No, okay, thank you. We're going to look at the speaker real fast. John's going to come up and look at the speaker, but we are also going to keep it rolling. Is Alexis Mundy in the house? Alexis Mundy? Maybe not here yet? Okay. Yes, no? Okay, how about, let's get Kat Tyler up here. Let's have a big round of applause for Kat Tyler, everybody.
Hi. How are we all? Good. Good. All right. So this is my book. It's called Silence. You can buy it on Amazon if you feel like it. Okay. So this first poem is I'm reading poems.
Yeah.
Sorry. So this is called Lucille. All right. Your friend Lucille tells you the best remedy for a broken heart is to fuck so many guys you get a yeast infection that lasts for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Lucille has legs like a ballerina and hair like Joni Mitchell. She's never been lonely in all her life. She used to date the manager at the Dairy Queen, which is why you guys can't go there anymore, but you really don't mind because Lucille is intoxicating to be near. To love her is to love the world. Plus, says Lucille, the cotton fields behind the library are much more romantic. And when she says the word romantic, you're not sure if your heart was ever beating before.
Yeah.
No. Alright, this is called Eileen Wuornos is My Imaginary Best Friend after Olivia Gavin. When I have a crush on the boy in my 7th grade science class, Eileen Wuornos tells me to fuck him, kid. But she doesn't mean it literally. When my boyfriend of 3 months rapes me in the car after prom, Eileen Wuornos gets so mad I think she may kill again. But she still held my hair back when I threw up that night. When I lose the promotion to the son of the boss, Eileen says they never know what's good for him, and sits in the quiet with me while I cry, waits for me to stand. A couple of months later, I tell Eileen I need to say goodbye, and she understands. She holds my head in her sweaty palms, kisses me once, says, "Give him hell," finishes her black coffee, and walks out of my life forever.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, it's called Pepper. I'm at lunch with my old friend Pepper when she tells me she was assaulted last semester. I haven't seen Pepper in a year, and we are bonding over blood in our teeth at 12 p.m. on a Saturday. Pepper tells me her story, and I listen and apologize, even though it is not my fault, nor is it Pepper's. And what really grieves me the most is that I seem to be the first person Pepper has told, which is, of course, her choice, but something feels like it wasn't her first choice. And all I can think about is the time Pepper and I were in a school play together and how sad we were that it was over because something so beautiful had to come to a finish, and there was no way to get it back. We just had to hold each other and feel it while it ended. And how smart Pepper is, and how she did everything right, and how the only thing that could have protected her was to not fall in love with the wrong person. And how we all have to feel things while they end sometimes. And when Pepper hugs me goodbye, I can feel her trying to squeeze me back together. Or maybe Pepper is trying to squeeze herself back together. Either way, I hope it worked.
Yeah.
This is the last one I'll read. It's called Unswung Axe. What I mean when I say that all men are an unswung axe is that I do not tell the waiter when my order is wrong. What I mean when I say that all men are a loaded gun is that I am afraid to wear makeup to the mechanics. What I mean when I say that all men are a taut bow and arrow is that my sister always calls halfway through a first date. What I mean when I say that all men are a half-pulled grenade is that if a man talks over me, I will simply stop speaking. I do not walk in the dark. I do not honk my car horn. I do not correct the man. I do not stand up. I do not push. I do not speak. I do not breathe. What I mean when I say that all men are an unswung axe is that an axe never ducks for something else. It never holds its breath while someone passes by. It never checks behind its shoulder, never fears, never holds back. It just swings.
Tyler. Go. All right. Great stuff. Thank you for sharing that beautiful poetry. You have a book, you said?
I do, yeah. It's on Amazon.
On Amazon. All right.
Silence.
All right. What is it called?
Silence.
Silence by Katarina Tyler. All right. On Amazon. Check it out. Order it today. Order it for Christmas. Makes it great. All right, can we get a big round of applause for Cindy Bradley? Let's keep it going for Cindy Bradley.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
A story called Freaky Fanny.
Nice.
There was a woman in our town who controlled her period with her mind. She used a method of cyclical ovarian breathing, not because she had painful menses, but because she wanted to conserve her energy. She planned to bleed just a few times a year to extend her youth. When it happened, she lit candles and skipped her one day at the sandwich shop. Nobody lived there to take care of the housework, but she abided by the law of rest, so the sink filled with dishes and the roaches danced like hellions. She had firm breasts that glowed out from her posture like yolks. I remember how she walked heart first, as though leading herself 40 years through the desert. Her old dress had a hood. Her teeth were cuneiform, so the children searched them for images when they got the chance. A cow named Fanny made sexual moans in her side yard. She had abandoned her vegetable garden to wild turkeys and mice. She had a swing set and lived in a place they called the Charmer with a broken roof. There was always a fire, even when she couldn't afford a fire, and my parents made comments between themselves as to where her cash came from. She was a full-blooded European. It was forbidden to go near. I know that she had sex with the married men whenever she fancied. I know she was prolific at tending to the dead. A Russian, they said. She sold placenta for new television sets. She was full of disease. She never got her shots. Years ago, she worked as a midwife in another town, but she stopped renewing her license, and this made problems. Our mothers hated her. We weren't allowed to consort with her. But once, I went out to the Charmer after school. I was hungry. She put out some charcuterie with mustard and told me how she breathed to choreograph her blood. It was a 30-minute walk to her house from school. "I like your house," I said. "I am my house," she said. "I like your fingernail polish," I said. "Not wearing any." She was so crazy, I could see right through her, and behind her, in the cabinet, was a photograph of Jesus. She didn't have half the gray my mother had, and I'm sure they were the same age. She said she masked her hair in pear vinegar for 30 minutes some mornings. Other mornings she didn't feel like it. She wasn't married to her habits. She gave me a lot of good pointers. I learned 30 minutes can save your life. 30 minutes in the bath to kill an invader. Or 30 minutes sobbing out of control. 30 minutes in love. 30 minutes admiring yourself in the mirror. It changes the mirror. It changes in just 30 minutes. You can't get a hold of it. All you can do is paint an impression of the face you see using one color, like a god with barely enough resources. "Why have you never slept with my father?" I asked her. I was usually more shy, but for some reason, I didn't think I'd offend her. "Your father is a very handsome man," she said, the only time I ever heard her try to be polite. "But he doesn't believe in God." She made a face like he had no penis at all. The married men visited her as a last resort. Originally, they had wanted to honor their wives. After, they always came back to town looking younger. Our town was moldy, but full of faith. They were addicted to a cycle of sinning and begging for forgiveness, like catch and release fishermen, as if heaven could only be achieved this way. Now that I know how to run a home, I think of her a lot. I'm rarely alone anymore, but I wouldn't trade it for a hermit's life. To watch my children become me is like the revolution you never thought would happen. Sometimes, though, I feel older than I am. I'm sorry, but I do the breathing exercises she showed me. Once, she had a man of her own. He was 18 years older. He wore handsome suits and whistled. I don't know what happened. She took him flying one afternoon, after a thunderstorm, to savor those first 30 minutes. She made him so happy. I was a toddler, but I still remember that day. My memory defies all science. In my high chair, I stared out the window of the kitchen and saw the lovers. My parents were worrying over the news, looking closely at the news. I saw them like a kite over the cornfield. They were holding hands, laughing at us, and pointing. They are part of the history of America. Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Sydney Bradley, that was wonderful. Flash fiction, is that published anywhere? Or?
Not yet.
All right, we'll publish it. Somebody, are you starting magazines? Are people here starting magazines? I want at least 6 magazines out of this room by next week. I need poets starting magazines. I need fiction writers starting magazines. Photographers, zines, come on. Do you have a YouTube channel? Are you going live? Let's get it. Let's get this low-rent bohemian thing going on. I'm having a poetry salon in my house every Sunday. So see me after class. If you're down, we had it yesterday, it was beautiful. Poetry slam at my house on Sunday. Let's do it. We love slam. Everybody do everything. Bring flash fiction, bring auto-fiction, bring new narrative. All right, let's keep it going for Lily Berger. Is Lily Berger in the house?
Yeah.
Let's have a big round of applause.
Hi, I'm Lily. How are you guys?
Yeah.
I'm reading something that I wrote recently.
Yeah.
When I was 3.5, I lived part-time with my dad and part-time with my mom. She lived in a 2-bedroom home in Mill Valley, California. A place where people who have money live with their nice cars and their nice fences and their nice family with a dog, but Mom and I, it wasn't nice. She wasn't in herself. She was elsewhere. She was fighting within the confines of her beautiful body. She was so pretty. And so good. She was bold and intuitive. She was a beacon of light. She was someone who had been through things, someone who wanted to be okay. She wanted to be okay. She wanted to feel calm, but she wasn't okay. She wasn't calm. She cussed at the vacuum cleaner. She screamed. She banged her fists on the walls. She dropped to the carpet in the hallway. I remember standing there. I grew taller and taller. The years, they passed. She wasn't herself still. Mill Valley, California, nice. With the nice fences and the nice cars, garage, the families. Dad couldn't get full custody. He tried. There was no proof that Mom was still grabbing, swallowing the pills. The pills will make me okay, she thought, but it was the addiction talking. I'm okay, she rocked, but she didn't take the pills for anxiety now. The pills took her further and further away. She laid in the living room at night. The lights from the outside shot through the windows, shone on the walls. I stayed awake as she stared at the TV. It filled the room. The stories she needed to suck in and infuse herself with so she wouldn't have to think, feel, be. She wouldn't have to see reality. She stared at the screen. Her eyes, they'd flutter as she relaxed into the cushions. She'd fall asleep. I looked at her, so beautiful. She was kind and loving. She'd say to me, my girl, my sweet, strong girl, she'd say, you will do amazing things. And I didn't understand until very recently that I did amazing things then. But then, I thought something was wrong with me. Why is she like this? Why won't she get better? Why is it me? I At 4, I started cooking her top ramen on the stove. "You'll burn down the house, Lily," she yelled. The first time she did this, but time and time again, I did it, and she never spoke about it again. She needed food. She needed something warm. I was the only warmth. When her eyes were shut, the TV on at night, and I watched her face, she held me then, wrapped herself around me, warmth. Mill Valley, California, the perfect lawns and the clean windows, they were so clean and nice. Top ramen warm, I started putting chunks of cheddar cheese in the soup. "We need protein," she taught me this. I watched her cut the cheese, then I did it. After and again and again and again, I moved the cheese and the noodles. With the bowl, I'd walk to her, both hands around it, 4.5 years old hands, warm. "Here, Mama," I said. "You are an angel," she said. Her face, I watched the beauty, like the lawns and the fences outside. It was so perfect, square cut, tight outside, clean light, but inside it was like, I can't breathe, and is it hot or cold, and I can't feel any temperature, or inside me, my feelings, do I have them? Am I here, like she is here, like others are? Sometimes I've felt that way, like I didn't exist, really. All I cared, wanted, thought was of her. Her body, would it be okay? Is there enough food in it? Does she need any more water, more sleep, more love? Does she need something I can't give her? I can, I thought I can. I will, I thought I have to, because if I don't do it, who will? And collapsed on the ground. "Mom," I said, "Mom." The pills, the cyclical, cylindrical ones. Mill Valley, California, we walked on the sidewalks together in the morning. One morning that I remember, she couldn't find her shoes. Well, I couldn't find them. I was the one who found these things. Her shoes, her socks, her purse, her keys, her clothes, her mind. I laid them out for her the night before when she slept, the TV making those shadows around the room, 5 years old now. This one morning I had forgotten to lay her things out, or perhaps I had fallen asleep, her around me, warmth. So in the morning she yelled, "Where are my things?" Yelled not at me, not angry with me, at herself, at the fear which strangled her, held so tight. Sometimes she'd stop and stand and touch her heart, both hands, and her eyes were so wide she'd not move. I'd watch her not move, watch the fear stun her, her not breathing. Then she'd take a breath and I'd breathe too. And it was always like this. Outside, Mill Valley nice. Inside, standing breathless, holding it, like holding ourselves, holding each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lily Berger, everybody. That was fantastic. Are you doing any readings or anything coming up? Or?
I'll come back here.
All right. Come back. Definitely. Everybody. Great stuff. So much talent. The literary talent at KGB Bar is absolutely insane. Thank you all for coming out and sharing your masterpieces. Absolutely. All right, let's get some comedy. Who's ready to laugh? Let's make America laugh, everybody. And here, our first comic, let's have a big, big round of applause. Jared Apper. Jared Apper, everybody. Straight from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
My name is Jared Apper. Who's ready to rock? Didn't even practice that. So I'm a substitute teacher. That's not good for anyone. All right. Not really my childhood dream to take attendance in East Harlem, the Bronx, places with school shootings that don't make the news. Yeah. I recently had to teach this sex ed course. I was like, okay, class, and you can see this is the vagina, and this right here is the clitoris. And this right here is your mother. What can I say? Practice makes perfect, and your mother makes great breakfast. I'm sorry, you guys. Was that weird? Am I being weird right now? Spank me like one of your elves, Santa. I'm a weird little man. I've been called unique so much it's become a diss. Anyone else too unique to be hugged? Don't get me wrong, I don't like you guys either. Alright? You're just like my parents. I don't like you, I do need you. Alright. I remember when I was younger, people were like, don't play with scissors. Didn't know scissors was short for Jared. Yeah. My name's Jared. So I went home last weekend. I watched the latest X-Men movie. My family, X-Men movie, most Jewish superheroes of all time. Oy vey. You got Magneto, literally in the Holocaust, Katie Pride, Ashkenazi Jew, and Storm, who controls the weather. No wonder they made her black. Don't worry, guys, she's not Jewish. She just creates tropical storms whenever real estate's too high. Storm, Miami. Oh no, after I bought all this homeowners insurance. Then there's the Avengers movies, great movie, except now the Hulk's the Hulk the whole time. Bunch of liberal bullshit. Oh, it's okay to be yourself. No, it's not. Repress it. You're a green monster. Be embarrassed. All right. Also, biggest group of Gentiles. Oh my goodness. Every movie they destroy New York City. You know, Spider-Man, my brownstone. My second brownstone. God forbid you save the world in the Bronx. I'm a feminist. That's not a joke. Fuck the patriarchy. Am I right, ladies? No, you are. I'll be ranting to my friend, I'm like, bro, how is there still not a female president? If it bleeds, let it lead. Period. I'm single. Shocker. I'll take auditions after the show, alright? I'm single, that's my oldest joke. Yeah. I just get a little lonely sometimes, you know? You ever check under your bed wishing someone was there? You're like, I hope there's no monster that needs a kiss goodnight. I like this monster a lot. I had this monster scare me all night long. Alright, thank you, Jerry.
Yeah!
Jared Abner, everybody. Little lawyer, comic, very funny stuff. KGB Open Mic Mondays, the only place in town you'd probably hear questionable, offensive, borderline, right next to the most cutting edge, sensitive, inclusive, brilliant literature. Let's hear it one more time, just for the scope. Getting everybody in the room talking. All right, we're going to keep it going to comedy. Let's have a big round of applause for Crenshaw White. Is Crenshaw White still here? Let's get Crenshaw White.
Yeah, keep it going for your host. Clap it up for him. What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? What's up, man? Cool. I'm getting older, in my mid-30s at this point in my life, right? And it's realizing my relationships to things are changing, getting a little different as I get older. One thing I'm noticing that's different, my relationships to bathrooms. A lot different from what they used to be when I was a younger man. At this age, I feel like I treat bathrooms like I used to treat sex back in the day. where I'll do it even if I'm not in the mood, just because I don't know when I'll get another chance to. I have to go on a long road trip somewhere. I don't want to have to pull over and get some gas station stuff. What's really weird though, what's really weird is that when I was younger, I would treat sex like I now treat bathrooms, where I don't let a bad smell stop me. Gotta get in there, handle my business, you know? Came in here with a job to do. I feel like it's the same rules for smelly bathrooms as it is for smelly sex, you know? Like one, don't sit down all the way, don't let your clothes touch the floor. And when you finish, you'll have to give that same disclaimer like, yo, it smelled like that before I went in there. It's not, I think they got a plumbing problem or something, it's not me. I want you to I was hanging out at this park, actually at Tompkins Square Park, not too long ago. And I saw this guy very calmly, very casually sit across from me and pull out a crack pipe and just start smoking crack. Very weird to see it because he like pulled it out like it was a pack of Newports and shit, like just very uncommon. I've never seen anybody smoke crack like this with 2 fingers. Just, oh, that's cool as fuck. So I sat there and watched him smoke crack for a while, and this is a interesting thing to see. And a lot of questions start running through your head as you watch somebody smoke crack 3 feet away from you. First question you start asking yourself: how much crack do I have to smell before I'm just smoking crack myself? You know, like what's the exchange rate of just inhaling crack smoke at this point? Next thing I started asking myself was like, yo, why did it take crack so long to get invented? Think about that. We had cocaine and baking soda for hundreds of years. Like Sigmund Freud did coke. That's how old that shit is. You couldn't figure out crack to the late 70s. That's really odd. Next thing I started asking myself is like, yo, is this the crack talking? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, this shit works quick. Oh my gosh. Get back to work. I'm in here for 45 minutes already. A lot of mental health issues going on right now. A lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and feel like we always tell people, give people the same advice when they're dealing with depression. But so I'm like, hey man, find somebody to talk to, get it off your chest. Don't keep the shit all bottled up inside, you know. But I feel like that advice kind of backfires a little bit. So when you have a lot of people talking about depression, shit's kind of depressing. Like it's like just have everybody around you depressed. Like shit. Sometimes it feels like that movie I Am Legend. You know, where it's like holy shit, even your dog got it. Like fuck. But I understand why a lot of people aren't on board with going to therapy. I get it. You know, you think about like therapy and mental health. Like this is the best that it's ever been in history, you know? Like if you go back in time, therapy just gets real dicey, you know? Shit's not like R&B. You can be like, yeah, this shit was really good in the 70s. Like nobody ever says that about a therapist. I feel like up until a couple of years ago, the documented treatment for a panic attack was just slapping the shit out of somebody. That's how... that shit was like a grounding technique back in the day. That's how you centered yourself. See that? See in the movie, somebody be like panicking, like, holy shit, what am I gonna do? Somebody just walk up, like, oh shit, thank you, right. Let me get back to disarming this bomb. I can focus now. I understand why a lot of older black people don't want to go to therapy. That's a big thing in the Negro community. Try to get their parents, their grandparents on board with going. But we have I think they have a good excuse, because it's actually ancient Negro law that you can't trust nice white people. That's how we've been able That's how I've been able to survive, you know? So for them, I feel like therapy must feel like a very elaborate, like, interrogation setup, you know? Or just, like, halfway through the session, there's like, why are you trying to get me to snitch on my mama? You're asking a lot of questions about her. All right, that's my time. Thank you.
Make sure I like everybody. Thank you for coming out. Beautiful. All right, let's keep it going for Terry Nguyen. Is Terry Nguyen here? Going to read some great literature for everybody. Let's have a big round of applause.
Hi everyone. Sorry to change the vibe and make it more serious. But I'm starting with a poem about food called A Slow Burn Scramble. Slow burn love is for lonely wives and teenage virgins. I am too young to slow dance in style, too feral to succumb to third-degree yearns. The real tragedy is abstinence. I am in the mood for fucking the enemy on first debate. Patience is no virtue when the house is on fire. I take my coffee steaming black, no sugar, a dollop of desire, please, on 2 fluffy eggs, silver hot. I like how Gordon Ramsay scrambles, quick silver wrists and good technique, high heat, oil lusty. Do I have to spell it out for you? Kiss me butter, salt me soft, whisk me wild, fold a touch of intimacy over and over and over until tender mounds form. Sprinkle chives, no creme fraiche. I substitute mine with desire. For you, taste like lemon curd, creamy, tart, rich, but not in that way. I like sunshine, silky, in a jar, sweet writing, bitter's edge, a negotiation on the tip of the tongue before curdling. My next one features God, Bernini, and this amazing poet named Dorothea Grossman. She's a Los Angeles-based poet, and 2 of my half lines pull from her material, so just want to credit her. She's dead, R.I.P. This one's called God's Favorite, featuring Bernini. In Rome, I stare at the white marble of Saint Teresa, and sin strikes me like a gong. In the vestibule, waiting for my Fleabag moment, no hot priest in sight, just desperate nuns, ugly believers, and dirty thoughts of devotion for donation. Desire is the meeting of flesh and commodity, so spare a euro's worth of caresses for Bernini, the clergy, and me. When I was 10, God was the sun, and darkness wholly haunted by angels. I am no nun for Christ's sake, no Joan, Simone, Teresa reincarnate. Vulgarity is a construct. I wonder, what did Teresa see at the end of her world? Riding Cupid's spear to the waiting room of death before heaven, did she yell out to God, I'm coming?
Yeah.
I have another, I think I'll do 2 more, but they're like very short. This one is also featuring food, theme here. It's called Unripe. I watch orange unspool from your palm, its life half peeled and left undone at your mercy. It is not a matter of wanting, you say, when the fruit is unripe, immature, you bite in anyway, cruelly, and spit the seeds for me to bury. I swallow, eager to choke up the pith. And this one is kind of like an experiment. I wrote it in the shower, kind of, because I went to hot yoga this morning. So it goes, slack-jawed and supine, your palms open and reverent, heart slowing to a murmur. Why is it that I feel most alive, flat on the ground, letting life, that tender lover, thrust over me again and again and again? It ends in Shavasana, if we are so lucky, the white sheet fluttering light as a butterfly when the curtain falls. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Terry Nguyen, everybody. Amazing. Gotta get a book from Terry Nguyen. Keep coming back, definitely. All right, we have another writer joining us for the first time. Very happy to have her here. Let's have a big round of applause for Teresa Gelsomini, everybody. Teresa Gelsomini.
Hey there, my name is Teresa Gelsomini.
Sorry.
I'm a 24-year-old artist living in Brooklyn. I wrote this poem earlier today waiting for the bus. It's kind of like a meditation on aggression and anger, which is something that I feel like I've been experiencing more often than usual. I'm horny. I'm aggravated. I'm agitated. Why do I feel like I could, run a marathon, go for a jog, and punch someone in the throat? Fuck off, fuck you, fuck me. I think I'm a little fucked up. If I take one too many shots, I'll tell you that I never want to see you again. I'm swirling in too much feeling. But feel me, slap my face, call me stupid, claw out my eyes and melt my skin, blast music to ruin my ears, and rip my fucking body apart until I get this thing out of me. This fucking rat in my bones. This crashing, thrashing, racing, restless, antagonistic, self-loathing or self-preservation or self-deteriorating part of me. I'm revolting in my own body. But it's just a feeling. It's just a mood that I occasionally get into. I only brought one poem, so.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That was amazing. Please come out again. Everybody, come and reveal. I mean, that was so truthful and revealing. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going. This next poet, amazing painter, brilliant genius. Big round of applause for Kelsea Brunner, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. Oh my God, what an intro. Thank you, KGB, for being here.
Yeah.
I love this room so much. I feel like it's really like cuffing season tonight. I'm gonna read a handful of poems. I've been working on these poems called crush poems.
Yeah.
Crush poems. Crush poem. Obviously a crush means I want you to want to fuck me, but more importantly, a crush means I want you to want to send me think pieces and documentary recommendations after I fucking my bookshelf. Crush poem. Yeah, there it is, right? Yeah, right. Okay, crush poem. I have an IUD, wink wink. Crush poem. Crush poem. Kierkegaard says anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. I think that officially makes the AI behind the Pornhub algorithm a therapeutic aid. Yes. The robot sex DJ served up, hunt 4K, girl asks boyfriend to read his poems while she's carnal with another buddy. It's an amazing video, but please, we need another where the poet wins in the end. This one is cuckold theme. The porn producers for this series think poetry is wimpy. Sounds to me like one of them never got their pilot picked up. You said the city is a comic book. Its windows, panels, and Manhattan is a pied-a-terre of the whole world. The ashcan painters believe there's no value to art that doesn't contribute to the profundity of human existence. Ergo, I think Edward Hopper would have low-key loved Lana Del Rey's 2012 album Born to Die. Poets contemplate against the background of the void. Middle America's vast nothingness breeds geniuses and psychosis. Elliott Smith and Connor Oberst steeped in existential angst on the same empty abyssal plains as L. Ron Hubbard. It's a really niche reference, so I don't really follow that. Middle American artists from state schools have and will change the fabric of contemporary writing forever. Chelsea Girls is the best poem of all time. Crush poem!
Yeah. A great film, too.
But truly, what is our fate as creatures that love? I love the part of a crush where your dreams are shattered. Mourning is a critical indicator that a change is truly a loss. Skipping over tough feelings robs us of our ability to grow. And you can't mourn if you haven't loved, and love is loss. And we're already vulnerable to loss just by understanding separateness and finiteness and thermodynamic energy's descent into the inevitable heat death of the universe. It's a gift to be conscious of how short a time we're here for. Crush poem!
Crush. Kelsea, Brunner, everybody crushing it. Crushes. Woo! It is cuffing season. I mean, is it not cuffing season? Let's get cuffed. Let's not get cuffed, but let's shack up. Is everybody getting drunk? And let's just get together. I mean, I'm ready to have sex. We're in a pandemic. Everybody has sex now. Right. Come on, right? Some of these people they've been in college the whole time they've been in pandemic, the whole time they're in college. They need to have sex. In New York is a sex town, okay? I'm sorry, but that's why we're all here. It's the greatest dating pool. I mean, seriously, isn't it the greatest dating city in the world? It's phenomenal.
There's a town in the Philippines called Trause.
You may be right, okay? We'll get into that after. All right. Let's get, is Davis Feely in the house? Davis Feely? Okay, well, in any case, all right, I want to take this opportunity to recognize a very special, without whom we couldn't do this. He's here every week, and he's a great writer, and he knows gay talese, and he's hooked in. So, he's here every week, tipped generously, and he's actually going to come up and read for us right now. We're going to be blessed with a little literature from our wonderful drinks server, master cocktail scientist, cocktail artist, Ben Shields, everybody. Ben Shields!
How do you know gay talese?
I'll tell you later.
I'm sorry.
This is going to be quick because I am handling all the refreshments.
Do you know Nan too? I can get water from
Yeah.
the toilet.
Okay. It's an excerpt, but you don't have to know anything. Boy, it's hard to read on your phone up here with the light.
So bright.
Ink from the New York Times smudged my coworker Shelley's fingertips. She'd read my father's entire obituary in silence, biting her nails. A charcoal smudge had coagulated with her cherry lip gloss. I didn't call attention to it. Honestly, I'm glad that's not my dad. Is it okay to say that? But no one accused him of sexual harassment or embezzling money. Pretty good for a televangelist. To atone for the crass observation, Shelley donned an expression that looked pain from all the empathy. I appreciated the effort. I barely know the woman. How's your mother taking it? She inquired. I admitted I haven't called yet. Luckily, she was spared from responding to this when the waiter brought our tapas plates. I'd have to nibble for appearance's sake, but I wasn't hungry. The waiter's muscles threatened to tear the seams of his tasteful uniform. A cuffed short-sleeve button-up, maroon vest, tight navy pants that could have been a tourniquet for the cock and balls. I'd been uncontrollably horny ever since Dad was found dead on the church stairs, a step resting beneath his neck like one of those airplane pillows that business class passengers like to use. Before walking over, I'd drunk half a bottle of Pinot. Now, along with our tapas, the second round of Shelley's favorite Chardonnay arrived. I had to go to the bathroom, but I was afraid I'd stumble if I stood up. It took everything I had not to put my paws all over our server. While I was picturing the ass, Shelley touched my hand. I snapped to attention through the haze of the Chardonnay. Did you love him? She punctuated the question with a drag from her e-cig. The tip of the device glowed a fluorescent white. She leaned in closer. I noticed the waiter start to approach again, then think better of it after seeing Shelley's intense expression. I realized that though my father's celebrity intrigued her, the details of his career had not. Rather, she possessed an unwavering interest in the sharing and disclosure of feelings. She must have expected that the reward for her visit would be a heart-to-heart of some kind. Her knee brushed against my leg and remained there. I didn't move. Did I love him? I answered, holding the question like a peculiar artifact. Well, everyone has to accept who their parents are. But does anyone really? She interjected, growing a bit taller. What's the saying? Every man becomes his father, or kills him? I forget which. It's funny, I said. The day he died, I said something really horrible. What was it? Shelley unsealed a pack of nubby fags for the East egg, deftly tearing the thin gold ribbon. Just something about our family. He deserved it, but it's the last thing I ever said to him. I keep thinking I might have been the final clog in the artery. I was making it all up. I hadn't spoken to my father in 6 years, a fact I considered fairly unimportant, even less so today. I hadn't told the lie tactically. Shelley's performance of sympathy, perhaps it was genuine, seemed to draw it out of my larynx. She moved her hand under the table onto my thigh. I allowed it, not knowing what else to do. Don't be ridiculous, she purred. His genes and his diet killed him. Shelley was far more adaptable and sensitive than I took her to be, very unselfish. There was a reason I'd asked her to meet me, though at the time it felt as hollow as the nonsense I'd just uttered about my father. We'd been in the same cubicle cluster at the office for about 6 months, and she was the closest thing I had to a work friend. I often found myself laughing with her. She was fond of doing impressions of the higher-ups, especially our chipper, toothy supervisor. I sat back and let her talk. She could sense I wouldn't mind if she spoke about herself a little bit. Before NYU, she did a gap year in South America. I forget where. A backpacking itinerary, gleefully hopping from one flea bag lodging to the next. A short slideshow ensued on her iPhone. She spent the longest on a group shot taken in a hostel. At the photo's center was a grinning moron with the University of Minnesota ball cap holding a guitar. Her favorite part of traveling was the short-lived but meaningful friendships. She's an only child like me. Her father is more of a man's man, totally the opposite of mine, who had a propensity for tearful calls to action in his sermons and lectures. So many of her preppy friends were daddy's little girl. She wondered what that would be like. He really approves of her job in finance. Older boomers are still mostly unaware of the bullshit jobs phenomenon, she said. The hunk returned with the check, deposited it without any extraneous pleasantries. He'd long ago picked up on the pall at our table. Shelley's silver Amex clinked onto the plastic tray like a little sleigh bell. My treat, she said. I noticed she left a mediocre gratuity. Thank you.
Ben Shields, everybody. Get to know him. He knows his stuff. He knows his literature. That was great stuff. So we'll be seeing him hopefully every week, maybe. He'll read a piece. He'll take some time. That'd be nice. It was wonderful. All right, is Taro here? Taro gonna play some music? Is that yes? No. Okay. Let's get Karla Mellett. Is Karla Mellett? Let's get some big round of applause for Karla Mellett, everybody.
How's it going, guys? Oh yeah, how we feeling? Oh, fuck me. Give me a minute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ooh, came on here real sexy, didn't I? Didn't expect that, did ya? Well, it's been kind of a long day. I don't know if you could tell by the trauma on my face, but I got my coochie waxed a couple hours ago, actually. Yeah. I don't know. It's getting your coochie waxed is like such a crazy thing. Like, 'cause you're laying there and you're like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And it gets to a point where you're just like, fuck me, no, but you're too shy to say anything, so you just, it's, you know. But now I feel pretty fucking good. I feel like a whole new woman, you know, because the last one was kind of ripped off of me like an exorcist. Yeah. I also got my lip waxed, which is kind of exciting. I got kind of tired of like kissing people and then they'd giggle because I'd tickle them. I get it, I have lip hair, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. That was, oh, that's right. I passed by some flowers after I got my coochie waxed. And it was like, cause when you do, you're like, okay, I feel like a whole new, you really feel like a new person, cause like, that was traumatic. But I would like pass by these flowers and they smelled nice, they were soft, I was like, just like me. So it was pretty good, it was pretty good. I don't know, I started this new job. I'm from Minnesota and like, I worked like a lot of different jobs while I was here. I'm now a preschool teacher, which is kind of fun. Preschoolers are really mean though. Me and my assistant teacher, we were talking after class and she's like, I feel like they always tell me that they don't want me and they want to see you. And I was like, they tell me the same fucking thing. Like they're just out here trying to hurt our feelings all day, you guys. They're brutal, you know? The other one asked me if I was a girl, and I was like, thank you, I kind of feel seen. It's kind of nice. I'm also a dominatrix. Thank you. I feel like if the preschool finds out, that's not going to be the reaction. It's so fun. Like, the first time, I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was gonna like train or shadow, you know what I mean? And like, I walked in, it was so, okay, I'll tell you about this process. They're like, go to the corner, give us a call. I went to the corner, gave them a call, and they're like, walk down the street, take this elevator, take some stairs, it was crazy. I got up there, they just had me sign paperwork, and I tried on a bunch of cute outfits, and they threw me in a dungeon. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. And I didn't know what to do, so I sat on this man for like 15 minutes calling him a bad boy. And I was like, I gotta do something. And I was like, you want to hear a joke? So crazy. First time I slapped his face though, I didn't know I was capable of like hitting anybody. And like, it did something inside. Like, I broke my glass ceiling at that point. That was so, and then I backhanded him again. It's like, you like that? And he's like, no. But it was fun. It was so crazy. I only got a little bit of time. I kind of want to, maybe I'll leave it on, I'll tell you this real quick. So, I had a pregnancy scare recently. Yeah, my psychic told me that I was gonna have an abortion. So yeah, her words were unplanned pregnancy, but like all I heard was abortion. But it is kind of nice to know these things ahead of time, because like my last abortion was so expensive. Should have gone on a Black Friday.
Karla, mellett, everybody. Do you have any shows or anything you're doing coming up? Karla, mellett, do you have any shows or anything coming up?
At the Broadway Comedy Club on the 13th.
All right.
It's improv though. It's improv.
Improv, that's fine.
And it's at 3 o'clock.
3 p.m. in the afternoon, that's when all improv shows are. Everybody knows that. Class shows. I've been in my share. We've all done improv. Don't act like you haven't done improv. All right, Jimmy Ong. Is Jimmy Ong in the house? Let's get Jimmy Ong. Let's keep the laughs coming. Woo!
All right. Thank you, everybody. Hello. There was food talk earlier. I enjoyed it. I like to cook. It's good. One of the hardest things about cooking is learning to salt things. Because like recipes, they always say fucking play hard to get. They're like salt to taste, you know. Just and you know, I take pride in my cooking. Like I don't mind if I'm dating someone and they have to use like a vibrator to finish, you know. You know, do it. You gotta get where you're going. But if I see you put salt on a dinner I cook for you, oh my God, that's devastating. Don't do that in my face. That's destroys my confidence. All right. I'll be 41 next month. No woos. No woos. No woos. Every morning I have to take Tylenol for breakfast. It's not fun. The extra strength kind, because that shit, that does the job. Oh my God. They fucking lie to you. If you ever look at the Tylenol, it says don't take more than 4, and you could take more than 4. You've all been there, right? You take an 8. All right. Yeah, I'm 41, and my parents still don't know I dropped out of college. You're recording this, right? That's fine. They don't have the internet. They don't have Wi-Fi. They live in Korea. They moved back. I grew up in Chicago, and a lot of friends, I would tell them how I grew up, and I don't speak Korean, and they don't speak English, so friends would be curious, like, oh, what was that like, you know? And it was like staying at an Airbnb in a foreign country, but they hit you. No Wi-Fi or no air conditioning, just good old culture. Good old Korean culture, guys. Alright. Has anyone bought a non-refundable ticket and had to cancel? Yeah! You buy it thinking like, oh, that's not gonna happen to me, and you fucking do, and the inner Karen turns, oh, Jesus. I'm so bitter, like, I had to cancel a flight recently, I'm like, oh, it finally happened. Alright, I just had to get off that. So, I bartend as a job.
Yeah.
And, like, I like it. It's like you meet really interesting people, and I'll like, talk to them if they're nice, you know. Well, otherwise I'll just be quiet, I'll just, walk away. But anyway, so I met this couple, and they were very nice. They're from Nashville, right? And I was just like, oh, my parents, they lived in Antioch, Tennessee for a couple years. And they said, oh, that's for all the nice Oriental restaurants are at. And I was like, hell yeah. Bring that word back. Let's just dust that off from the 50s. Let's just go. Let's go, man. Asia's too general. Least Oriental, you know who you're talking about, right? Like when he said it, like I wasn't bothered at all, you know. I'm not saying you guys should say it, but But it didn't bother me. If you look it up in the dictionary, it just means east. So now you know. All right. One last thing before I head out. I don't get along with my brother. We have like a rocky relationship, and this is because like in 2003 he won the lottery, and when you won, it's true, money changes you. It really is. But I didn't think it'd be for $5,000, guys. All right, I'm done. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Very funny stuff. Thank you for coming out. See, it's easy. Just be funny. No problem. All right, let's get some music going on. Can we get Lewis Mason? Jeez. Serenade us. It's about time. It's Lewis Mason.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's do it. We're coming out.
Here's an original song I wrote called Lady Caroline.
Yeah.
Can you hear this all right? Black crow sings a song into a fading sun, flying high and fast like a bullet from a gun. Like a bullet from a gun. If you've got the cash, baby, you've got time to kill. Why would you stay at home when you could get your fill? Rain falls every night, no place I'd rather be than drinking in the dark when there's nothing much to see. I need another hand to get me off the floor. She tries to get her sleep like she's never had before. Like she's never had before. Lady Caroline, unless you tell me so, I'll never breathe a word. You are more than you will know. You are more than you will know. You are more than you will know. Black crow sings a song into a fading sun, flying high and fast like a bullet from a gun. Like a bullet from a gun. Like a bullet from a gun. Lady Caroline, unless you tell me so, I'll never breathe a word, even well after you go. Even well after you go. Even well after you go. Thank you.
What's your name? Saul. S-A-U-L. Yeah, I mean, you're totally so. What's your last name? Chip. Percy. What? What do you do? Want to hang out? Yes. I have no idea. We'll probably get witnessed just like a 30 or something. Right. Oh yeah, I read your name earlier. I'll put you on next. Sorry.
seasons change with time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will always call you mine. I will keep you on my mind, leaving everyone behind. Candles burning in your home. You pulled me through your telephone.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll put you
from my flesh down to my bones.
So that's why. Okay, that's good.
I am yours and yours alone. Upon my cheek and left me feeling very weak, from my head down to my feet, as we walk down empty streets. How I lost myself inside your eyes. They were quick to hypnotize. Still so young and still so wise, and as warm as summer skies. So lay me out upon your bed, as I dreamed it in my head, like a preacher with the dead. But you stole my heart instead.
Louis Mason, everybody. Drone and xlad, beautiful. Come play music, bring experimental music, bring circuit bending and noise music. Want to get down with some of that at the open mic show if you have friends who are into that. This next artist I met at Tuesdays at 9. If you've never been to that, I definitely recommend it. It's a theater kind of like mixer. He's got a really great podcast called The Spellcast. It's highly recommended. It's like a sound montage. It's amazing. It's like an old-time radio show. Nick xlad is in it among a lot of East Village kind of luminaries, but great writer. Let's have a big round of applause for Kid Krash, everybody. Kid Krash.
Okay, so this poem, it's got a beat like this. So, can you all just snap like this?
Yes.
What's your name?
It also has this little intro. Let me see if I can do this.
Easy? Yeah. Are we at the end almost? I've got a lot of people to get to.
Keep going, keep going.
I'll put you on later because you had to. Okay.
Everybody, every single body needs a coffin to lie at the end of the day. And you can rest in peace just by playing your part. So much fun wasting time with a job where you can just settle down. Or maybe just settle. Lock all your dreams outside and not alone in your heart. Because a dream can be a nightmare in which you really must care. So leave away your worries, be the box you want to live in. Today and tomorrow and every day to follow.
Yeah.
Everybody, every single body needs a fire to jump in, lit by somebody else, to get a better life without a heaven or hell.
Yeah.
We got that, people? Life is easy. Relax and take direction. Lose the feelings of affection. It's the same every day. And the same way every night without a dream in the way.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because a dream can be a nightmare in which you really must care. So leave away your worries. Be the box you want to live in. Today and tomorrow and day after day after day after day after day. Take my time, take my time, take my time, take my time. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah! Woo! Woo!
We'll try one more, let's see.
Yeah.
This is, if I find it. If I found it, let's see. This is, oh yeah, I can't really find this. Hold on, it's been...
The notes app is so
Yeah, the notes app. I can't figure this. Let's see if I can remember this. So I'm gonna go off the top of my head, maybe make up lyrics or whatever if I the one who I was is not who I am. Slam the doors of perceptions left behind. I don't fit in this box, delivered in locks. The ghost before breakfast has arrived. Yes, the ghost before breakfast has arrived. Fell in a trap door to land on the floor, taking one more step of the dance, following another broken bench. I can feel the salt as it's pouring down. All mechanical objects have to stop unwound. As they fall to pieces in a temporal decay, there's a room for all in this field of gray. So hold on to your hats. The wind's blowing low. The clock in the tower tolls a bell. And there's no use complaining when the patterns keep changing. The ghost before breakfast has arrived.
Yeah. Kid Krash. Check out the Spellcast, Spelcast, on Apple iTunes. You can actually, it's amazing. They've been doing it for years, so check it out. And do you have any other projects or anything you're doing, or?
Yeah, just leave it at that.
All right, check it. Talk to him afterwards.
Yeah.
Great guy. Definitely. Thank you for coming out. That was dope. All right, is Paul Valdez Rodriguez in the house?
Yeah.
All right, let's get a big round of applause for Paul Valdez Rodriguez, everybody.
What's up, guys? I just moved to the city last year with my wife, and I say wife because I'm manifesting. She'll say yes. I also call my wife to scare the hoes away. Keeps me safe. One time I was doing a show, I got brought up on stage, there were some girls in the front row go, ooh, he's cute. And I felt really good about that, and so I remember my girl was in the audience. I just hear, no, he's not! Moving to a new city is hard because you gotta make, I had to make new guy friends because she doesn't allow me to be friends with women. And it was weird because like I had to ask out guys on man dates. It's just like, yo man, you got plans Friday? Like it's weird. And you know what's even like worse is getting left on red by a dude. Because it's like, who do you think you are that you're gonna not answer me? Like your beard doesn't even connect, my God. Like what? I don't know. It's strange. Like I would come home. My girl was like, "I was getting beers with your friend." I'm like, "He's not my friend yet." It's like, well, do you want him to be? I was like, I don't know. I guess. I get like super frustrated. I'm like, I'm cool, right? Like I'm fun. Like if you were a guy, you'd hang out with me, right, babe? She's like, Paul, of course I'd hang out with you. She's like, no, I'm cool. I'm fun. I wore my favorite Jordans. I don't know why I didn't. She's like, well, if you liked hanging out with him so much, you know, why don't you just ask him to get beers again? I'm like, because I asked him first! He has to ask me next time, all right? That's how I know it went well. You know me, I don't just get beers with anyone. I have to really, you know, see potential in this guy. And maybe one day, we could be homies. You know, I don't know what he's into. He can get beers with 2-3 guys a week, all right? I'm not like that. We had a birthday party for my girlfriend's sister. We had all this extra cheesecake left over. So I tried to use the cheesecake to make more guy friends. It's like, yo man, you want to come back to the crib? I got cheesecake. It was so weird. I felt like Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like, come over, eat some cheesecake, take some photos. I miss my friends from home. They were the best. One time I was watching a romantic comedy with my boys. Because I love love. All right. And we were watching Monster-in-Law. It's a classic. I put it right up there with 13 going on 30 personally. It's with J-Lo and Jane Fonda. And in the movie J-Lo, she plays a woman named Charlie. And that's when one of my boys says, I don't think I can sleep with a girl with a name like Charlie. And when I heard that, I put down my rosé. And I was like, word? Even if she looks like, even if it is J-Lo, you wouldn't, it's J-Lo. Like, I don't care what her name is. I'll still be in her ear moaning, oh, Charles, it doesn't matter. Chuck, I don't care. All right, guys, that's my time. Give it up to your host.
Valdez Rodriguez, everybody. All right, let's give a big round of applause to Alexis Monday, all ready to go. To rock.
Is all ready.
Let's do it. Let's have a big round of applause for Alexis Monday, everybody.
My name is Alexis Mundy, and the first thing people notice about me are my huge arms. People ask, Alexis, ever heard of a leg day? Every Thursday I go for a 5-mile run on my hands. I'm jacked now because I joined CrossFit 13 years ago. Before that, I was in a different program. Alcoholism. I'm not going to say how many DUIs I had, but I was one mugshot away from a free sub. Even though I'm sober, I still go out. Except now when a guy asks if he can buy me a drink, I challenge him to a push-up contest. That's what we call sex in CrossFit. I love living in New York City because it has everything I need. This morning, I went to the grocery store, UPS, dentist, acupuncture, therapist, mani-pedi, taxidermist. And then I crossed the street. And then I went to the gym, bakery, hardware store, psychic, DUI attorney, and the abortion clinic. Now that's a gun shop. Either way, this baby's getting it. I'm on an app with a lot of dogs. I mean, besides Tinder. It's a dog sitting service called Rover. I thought it was an app for the ethically non-monogamous. Now I'm a babysitter for rich people's dogs. I do it for the amenities. I'm small enough to sleep in the dog crate, and they have human-grade snacks usually. Sometimes the dog will come to my place. It walks into my apartment like, oh shit, am I back at the pound? People always tell me I look like famous people. Mrs. Maisel, Kristen Bell, E.T. Funny story, I was cast as E.T. in my school play, but it got canceled. My forehead kept tipping over the bike. The kid playing Elliot had very weak calves. Not to brag, you guys, but I'm getting noticed. On LinkedIn. Someone's been looking at my profile, but I don't know who because I can't afford a premium subscription. If I'm getting noticed on LinkedIn, it's either my ex or another invitation to be human trafficked. Seeking tiny white women with soft hands. Must know WordPress. Forget it. I'm a gig worker. I can't get a gig, so I work. My name is Alexis. I only get hired because they think my name is Alexa, and because I'm qualified to be yelled at from a different room. I have a Manhattan apartment with a parking spot.
Wow.
Yeah. In Queens. Every week I sit in my car waiting for free alternate side parking with a bunch of other drivers staring at their phones. It's like a tailgate for poor people. It is a good way to meet guys, though. I like to get flirty with it, you know? Hang my bicep out the window. Hey, is that a spot over there? Oh, no? Oh, over there? That's what I'm looking for in a man, a parking spot. Forget my G-spot, find my P-spot. Either way, it's impossible. Thank you, my name is Alexis.
Alexis Mundy, fantastic. That is a tight 5 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. That's how it's done. Shit. I've been doing a lot of improv. I just go out and say shit. All right, we've got a great poet coming up. He's got a new book out. So he's going to come out. I think he might read some things, but he's got a launch coming up at the Jefferson Market Library in the West Village, which you've never been. They renovated it, and it's so beautiful. So you have to come out for that. You simply must. Let's have a big round of applause for Bruce Whitacre, everybody. Bruce Whitacre.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks, everyone. It's great to be here tonight. And yeah, I just got it from the printer this week. This is my book. And it's a story about my great-grandmother, actually. And she was a painter. This is one of her paintings. And she did all this in the middle of Nebraska. And so I put together stories that were told to me by her and her daughters, my grandmother, my great aunts. And so I'll read one from that, and then I want to read a love letter to New York, because I've been here since I left Nebraska, which was a long time ago. This is based on a story by Jenny's daughter Ruth, who was one of the greatest ladies of my youth, and it's called The Neighbor with the Saber. This is based on something she told me had happened in the neighborhood. Now we're thinking southwest Nebraska in the 1800s. The Neighbor with the Saber. He arrived in Farnham quietly and kept to himself, a skinny, cigar-smoking fellow with crystal blue eyes that never looked you square. No one knew if he bought or rented the old Russell place, but he seemed to know the working end of a plow okay. He managed for himself somehow, never hired a girl or anything. Sally Ricketts even saw him out hanging laundry one day. She laughed with a snort every time she told of it. Why, whoever thought a man would do that? Sally herself thought later how, of course, soldiers do their own wash. There were other clues. When no one had seen him for a few days, Bill Cleaver knocked on his door. He was met by a wheezing, sweaty ghost railing at him with a saber. His greasy hair long and scraggly as his beard, his gibberish was incomprehensible, but his eyes looked like he'd seen hell. People left him alone after that. Sheets blew in the wind for a while, but then his plow horse showed up at the Cleavers. Its ribs stuck out like jail bars across its side. It was the bawling of the unmilked cow that brought Bill Cleaver back to the paint-chipped porch. No answer to his knock. He walked in. He found him on the bed, hands folded across his belly, eyes fixed on a ceiling stain. A mouse or something had started in on his nose. But what struck Bill was what he had on. The blue, full-dress uniform of the 7th Cavalry, Custer's brigade of infamous repute. And his saber lay by his side, properly fastened to his belt. He wore his white gloves. Ready for his last stand, Bill later said. Was he a deserter? A survivor? They talked about it for years. Bill would never forget those gaping eyes as he gazed upon that full-dressed corpse. Those eyes had seen things. Horses tumbling dead onto their riders, waking under a pile of bodies, knives circling skulls for the scalp, crawling away in the night, leaving carnage behind, but not ever. Had he even been at Little Bighorn that historic day? There was no note, no letter, just enough silver dollars in a cigar box to bury him in the Farnham Cemetery with his mysteries and full military honors. So that's for...
Yeah.
This is, okay, it's called Tunnel Vision. This is, of course, much newer. Is there a seat or not? Have I gotten in enough steps, or should I stand all the way in? How close? Masked or not? Oops, that reel had sound. Earbuds. I'll look at that later, and that. I'll do it all later. That building is like a sword through the skyline. Those shoes are cool. He hasn't called in ages. Still mad? Couldn't help it. Tough titty. Ooh, can you still say that? If so, why would you? Tunnel, almost there. Lucky that hurricane spared this side of town. Here we go, underwater, under a stray dolphin, coal barge, dead body, 10,000 plastic bags. Land, under taxis, ambulances. Early bird specials, under passed out again the bank lobby, jeering at a pretty girl, under flipping them the finger, staring at a phone and almost wandering into an oncoming bus. Under closing a deal in a high tower, king of the world, a hotel romp with that trade show hottie already thinking of excuses, under a half slice dropped to the rats, under the board of directors in their crystal chamber voting down someone's life work, under a cat crouching in its carrier on its last trip, flowing in the dark under all this bright world, looking for that email, that opening, that yes, that no, while my heart beats and the train rocks, and the lights blink, and suddenly we're all standing for not an ovation. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
So November 29th, 6:30 Jefferson Market Library. November 29th, 6:30 Jefferson Market Library. You'll see more of this one. Thank you.
Not bad. It's a great event. All right, we're going to get get some music. Once again, it's a 2-drink minimum. We're going to be hanging out all night. We'll get to everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us for the great show. How's everybody doing? Still feeling great? Yeah! We're going to get some music, so it might take a second to set up if you want to grab a drink and run to the bathroom, whatever you have to do. But we're going to set up some amazing music. So just sit tight just for 1 second. Jake Dester is coming up.
No, that's a I know, I Oh, no, it's fine. All right. Amazing, really. So this is 6 points. Yes.
So I'll be right back. So this is plugged in your interface. And then you're plugged into the DI. So this goes to the DI. This goes to the DI.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Can you just play a signal or something?
Come on, big cubes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, your friend. I can put him up pretty soon. Wow. Why is this not working?
Can you hear this sample?
Yeah, I can. There it goes.
There we go. So that's like output from the computer, right?
Yeah.
The saxophone should come through also.
Yeah, that's good.
You got it?
Yeah.
I do microphones, so I'm just going to yell. My name is Jake Dester.
Jake Dester, everybody!
I'm a saxophonist, obviously, composer, producer. This is my first time trying this in front of an audience, so
yeah.
If it sucks, if it doesn't, that's a blessing. So.
Yeah, these buttons are getting hit, y'all. We're switching on the 1s and 2s.
Yeah, for some reason it's not playing back.
It's not coming through, or?
I am on Facebook. It is showing. It's showing that the track is playing back. My sound.
Once again, we're here every Monday. If you haven't had a chance to sign up for next week, that's right. Please, Jonatan, we're going to get everybody up. We're trying some experimental music, so thank you for bearing with us. And,
yeah.
Boy, I hate machines.
I'm really not sure what
That's okay. It was coming through just a second ago.
I know it was. It was nice. So we have this.
Oh,
really? Right?
Japan's open for travel if people want to go there. All right, that sounds good.
But for some reason,
Can you just play along with that, or?
I can. It's not supposed to come in till later, but I can. Okay.
Is it? Maybe it's only coming in half or something.
Hopefully the saxophone stuff.
Oh, really? Fuck. I'm sorry.
Let's go with that really instead.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I just have to finish up. All right. Sorry, gang. Thanks for coming.